Hello, friends of Komodo platform, pirates, friends of Pirate Chain, hello, friends of Bitcoin, hello. Yes, we are here. I'm E. Julian. Oh, it is the 22nd of December, and I'm here to share with you price charts. We'll look at Bitcoin, we'll look at Komodo, and we'll look at Pirate Chain. So let's get to it. All right, sharing the screen. Hope you're doing well, staying hydrated, and all that good stuff. Okay, BTC, let's look. What have we got here? Well, weekly time frame, sure, no problem. I'm getting some channels set up for longer term outlooks and such, um, but we'll get there maybe in a day or two. Let's just stay with the daily time frame because we are at a pretty critical level here, and we are nearing the end of the day, 22nd here of December. It's 23:22 in the UTC timeframe. So just over 45 minutes remaining in the day, or sorry, 35 minutes remaining in the day, 40 minutes remaining in the day. So that means this candle will close likely somewhere around here, whether it's green or red. Red means more likelihood of down. Green means maybe sideways and then up, maybe down. So yeah, that's where we are. And just as expected, we ran up against this channel, the top of the channel, downtrending channel, and there we go, potential rejection here. Let's have to wait, keep watching. We're going to see what happens. But here we are looking to make some more positive momentum on the daily price chart. So that would mean probably, even if we slow down a little bit, eventually a move higher above this channel towards this next red downsloping resistance line relating to this price action back here. So that's where we are on a daily. It's not 100% clear that that's where it's going. However, there is potential in the near term for reaching there. However, on the 4-hourly, it depends here. Are we going to make a bigger island of momentum on the green side that will push the price higher? Otherwise, we might be turning over. Same thing here. Are we going to make a push higher towards the overbought areas on the 4-hour RSI and push the price higher? Or have we faded? Are we beginning the fade? So let's take a look here. Trend line wise on a 4-hour time frame, we had this going right here. Okay, we had this going. You see, we had some support here, and it continued to a high, broke down below, and then basically rejected it on the next candle and kept coming down. So I get the sense we are probably going down sideways for a little bit before we go up, but that's on a 4-hour time frame. Let's bring it down to the 1 hour just to look at that wave more specifically, and then we can see here how this trend line really plays in with this this price action here. Okay, breaking down, breaking back above, and finally breaking down, rejecting. So there you go. That's a 1-hour time frame. Let's take it to the daily, and well, that's not even showing up. So 4-hourly, we're good. We don't need to worry about that. Let's go to the daily and say, all right, what's happening here? We can't really say much. We had 2 green in a row, potential for a third, but maybe even now it will be red. And so what does that mean? Are we pausing before we go higher? Or are we turning back around to come down and test this 47,000 region here and potentially go down lower? So I think one thing that comes into play and is interesting when looking at a bit of a longer term time frame, like a weekly time frame, and we start to channel from lower areas, for example, beginnings of the move, and maybe like down here, when we start channeling up, we come to interesting potential in terms of following a channel going forward. But anyway, I'm not going to get too far into that right now. Needless to say, this zone here remains as a hot zone for the price to reach. So we'll see what happens. Okay. All right. That's BTC for you. Let's move on. We're going to take a look at KMD. Now, KMD is actually looking good compared to yesterday. Maybe you didn't see what we were talking about yesterday. You can check that video out. But so far, so good. We've got quite a nice bullish engulfing candle. And we have 30 minutes, really 35 minutes to hold this candle, the body of this candle engulfing, and not to create too much of a wick here. This amount of wick is palatable. It's okay considering all of these green wicks that were not able to maintain their bodies. So this is a candle where we have a good proportion of the range is the body of the candle. Now, we made this higher lows and we engulfing bullishly. I like it, and it tells me on a daily we are looking to come back to this 1600 Satoshis level. That's what I'm getting at. However, if this 20 period average keeps coming down fast, maybe we're only going to reach the top of these bodies here around 1550, which would relate with this type of price level action here. So, you know, whether it's here or whether it's here, you know, we know it's going to be lower. We can traject the 20-day moving average, and it's coming down pretty fast, pretty hard. So it'll be around here. The price will come up here, and we'll see what's going to happen. But that's a beauty move, because that's what we were saying yesterday was on the 4 hourly. Could we make this could we make this a higher low than this? Like we were making a spring, and we're back testing that spring. Nice, we made a higher low and boom, shot right up towards the top of the Bollinger Band. Okay, right through that 20 period average on the 4 hour. Looks like we're probably going to come back down, test it, and then we got to go back up to this cloud on the 4 hourly, back up to this support resistance line here, which is probably where we are heading next. And that's good, because eventually, well, who knows though, that might just keep us rejecting. That's okay. The goal will be to continue to make higher lows. And yesterday I was talking about eventually making higher highs, and that would be something where we make a retracement that's more than 100% to the upside. Like for example, if we were to retrace this move from top to bottom more than 100%, we'd be going above it. Usually KMD is retracing the moves up. They're retracing down by more than 100%. For example, here, okay, so more than 100% move. We're below that price, right? Well, we were. Now we're fighting back to that 100% level. But anyway, so we want to go the other way on KMD, 100% retracement to the upside. Okay, so that's the basic idea, and we've got a good position now here, where just like this fractal here is similar. This fractal here is similar to 2020, December of 2020, right? The summer, and then or whatever you want to call it, the autumn in the northern hemisphere, down towards December 2020, and then into January 2020, big move up, big dump, crash down, even moved even below the 100% level here. Although that's not exactly the fractal of what had happened on a bigger scale, but there you go. And then it bounced up, but not a very significant retracement back to the upside at all. And now we're back down. So this fractal here, this fractal here seems to be playing itself out and completing here. Maybe we need a smaller move down before up, but it's coming. We're coming to test this cloud eventually. We are coming to test this area. We know that. But the chart is this area. We don't know that. None of this financial advice, none of this is guaranteed. But we're coming towards this line here. This Ichimoku cloud is coming. You know, it's wherever it's going to go, and this 200 period average on the 4 hour. Okay, we're going there, and we're going to see. We got to get above that, and that will mean some positivity. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. That will mean some positivity and potential new fractal to work with, because then we'll have cleared out, you know, we saw it on the small scale, we came down, we sprung up, back testing that spring, bouncing up, coming back down, right? Bouncing up, coming back down. Okay, and then we're going to go. That's just the sense that we're getting here on the daily price chart. Regardless though, it's a really exciting time in my opinion. We're coming towards this 200 period moving average. We've got this Ichimoku cloud here narrowing and doing some interesting shapy stuff. And so I get the sense that we are having good potential to go to the next the next wave up. So let's see though, time is not certain. However, we're working with good moves here. And then interestingly, like for example, like we said on the monthly time frame, oops, we are still making lower lows, right? And that's cool, that's fine. All right. Yeah, playing in this channel here on the weekly, but nicely oriented here. Okay, it's still a red candle on a weekly, but we're staying at this level and trying to stay towards the top end of the channel and break out to the upside. You know, we're so close, feels like, but yet so far away. There's no doubt in my mind that we could see a dump down to this 1300 level, and you know, even towards the bottom end of this channel, or whatever the midway of the channel down here in the end of January, if that's what has to be. This is definitely a possibility. None of this is guaranteed. And so here we go. But the sense I'm getting from the charts is a move to the upside. And are we going to the 1800 level? Not quite sure, but the 1600 seems like that's our next stop. Okay. So, which would mean a potential for breaking out of this downtrending channel. So let's watch it. That's KMD for you. Okay. Looking good in terms of higher low. But let's now try and go make some sort of higher high at least, or we'll see what ends up happening. All right. That's, yeah, and that other thing I wanted to mention before we go away is, yeah, so we came on this 4-hourly time frame, bottom of the Bollinger Band, shot up to the top of the Bollinger Band. So let's consolidate a bit and then continue higher. That's basically the goal here. That's basically the idea. And in that case, higher low, we're looking to at least test the previous highs. And I mean, if anything, you're on the 4-hour level, try and get up to this 200 period moving average. But anyway, it's coming. All right. Nice little action right here. Okay. Okay. So but again, doesn't mean we're going to the moon. It could mean we're just coming here and then coming back down, right? Okay. Confluencing with this Ichimoku cloud. Okay. So that's KMD. Now over to the pirate chain. Let's get there. And I just wanted to notice here on pirate chain, on the daily price chart, we're struggling, fighting to try and stay close above the 20-day moving average. And then the challenge will be after 3 green candles to stay above there. But then again, fine. Maybe we test it out and go with a red candle below, or whatever it's got to be. Maybe it just wicks below and stays, you know, who knows? What does it have to be? But it's, you know, the more green candles in a row we get, the less likely we are to have one on the next candle. Although it's always 50-50. Yes, it's like that kind of a bet, but at the same time, it's just in terms of momentum and trends and all that, right? So the energy of these green candles eventually turns into red candle energy. So we're just trying to struggle and stay above this 20-day moving average, hold it. So even if we go down below it, the idea is to come back above it and then move higher. But we're working on this potential A, B, C type of move, but the more we kind of fizzle sideways, there's definitely a chance that it's not going to be, it's not going to continue with a C leg up in that kind of a formation. But we're not quite out of that possibility yet. That possibility is still there. It still remains that we could be A, B, C up. So let's find out. Just stick around to see. However, yeah, it's going to have to happen soon, or we're going to break down, because as this Bollinger Band is showing, we're starting to narrow, which means we are starting to find a bit of a wind up territory here. We are above the 20 period moving average, but oftentimes I've seen the price is above it and hangs above it. The band's narrow, and then at some point, boom, it just breaks down. So I got to be careful on that one. Definitely just keep watching that. Otherwise, staying above this, and we're meeting this cloud very soon. So if we could stay above that, that is the strength we're looking for. And then we challenge this 200 period moving average here, and we are challenging previously these high levels here. We are at a nice wind up on the Bollinger Band. So we could definitely see some moves higher towards that 3,500 level we were talking about before, and potentially beyond. So on a 4-hour level, yeah, we're looking for these over here. So we'll see. It might be coming, either that or it's a breakdown, and we are going to meet probably at least these levels around the low 2000s here, like 2200, 2300 level. And yeah, so still the bias is to the upside at this point, I would say, on the pirate chain, especially when we look here and we see, okay, well, you know, we've had some big green, some big red here, some big up, big down. And now we're kind of middling here with some up, barely down, up. And so, yeah, either we're going to like just really break down, or we are going to we're going to get some more momentum higher. And that's the 4-hour time frame. And the RSI looks like it could pop back up again before then fully clearing out after that. So bias to the upside there. On the daily time frame, yeah, we're just getting started on some positive momentum here. Let's see if we can get a bigger one than this. However, this was a prolonged move here. So let's see what we get. In fact, actually, I shouldn't even say that. Maybe it's not going to be as big as this at all. Maybe it'll only be maybe it'll only be 1/3 of the time frame, but that would take us to the end of the month. So that would be good. Momentum all the way into the end of the month. Green positive momentum, that would be great. Otherwise, well, I mean, it would probably not last all the way to the end of the month. We'd be coming down for a good amount of it. So it'd be relatively negative momentum. But having said that, it doesn't matter. The price could still be going up or doing its thing. So let's find some continued positive momentum on the daily, and that's good. Then the power chain price chart has some upside. Otherwise, if we're going to just fizzle out over the next day or two and just keep going negative now, that's definitely possible. As you see here, we've got 3 green candles in a row, but maybe it's just, you know, so what? We have 3 green candles in a row, 2 red, 3 in a row, maybe 2 red, and then more greens to the higher side. That would be nice. That'd be fine. 1 red and then more greens. We'll see. We'll see what it needs. Keep taking your eyes and gluing them to the screen, watching these videos and enjoying. I think we have opportunity to go higher for sure, but just it's tough because we did just come pretty high up after going pretty hard down, and so maybe it needs to middle a little bit first. Anyway, biases to the upside on the pirate chain price chart until otherwise. However, we are very close to seeing that it could turn back down before going higher. So let's see. Still bias to the upside. All right, that's about it for now on the pirate chain price chart. Looking to regain these price levels here between you know, 2,800 and 3,300 satoshis. All right, that's it for now, pirates. And until next time, wishing you well. Yeah. All the love, peace, and happiness to you. Goodbye.